Every time I hear this dude talk about his policies, it just seems to get worse and worse. This time, he wants to deport American citizens that are born to undocumented citizens uh, to, wherever their parents were originally from. Even though that the Constitution states that anybody born on U.S. soil is an American citizen, which means he wants to violate the rights of American citizens.
You said you want to deport the children of illegal immigrants.
I said the entire family unit.
You said you want to deport the entire family unit of undocumented immigrants.
Yes.
Entire family unit. So let's just be clear about what you mean by that. So someone was born to undocumented immigrants today. Let's say you're president today. You've implemented this policy. They're adults. They work. They pay taxes in the U.S. They vote in the U.S. Maybe they voted for you.
They shouldn't be voting.
Right now,
Yeah.
under
Under current law, even if you're born to undocumented immigrant, you are an American citizen if you're born on the U.S. soil. And if you're an adult, that gives you the right to vote for whoever you want.
current,
Yeah.
under law as it is right now, they vote, you become president. The 25-year-old, 30-year-old that was born to undocumented immigrants, their parents and they themselves are deported to, say they're from Venezuela. They all go back to Venezuela.
So I want to give you my full perspective on this issue because I will acknowledge this is a difficult question. And what makes this a difficult question is that many people who are in this country illegally are still good people who came here for a better life for their family, in part because of a U.S. president, that's President Biden right now, that gave a tacit and implicit signal that it was okay for them to come. And I think that that's in many ways not their fault per se. It is the fault of an administration that gave them a wink and a nod and said it was okay to come over, that we have laws, but you don't have to follow them.
Right,
That is not even true whatsoever. Biden has been pretty harsh on asylum seekers coming to the United States. He has gotten a few laws passed, some based upon the Trump administration's bills for asylum seekers, like requiring them to get asylum in nations that they're traveling to before they reach the United States. He as well as made a deal with Trudeau not to allow people to come through the northern border. So no, Biden didn't give anybody a wink and a nod to come into the United States. He's been pretty right wing on immigration.
But there are
And
many
so that's
that
what makes
came
me
under
empathetic.
the Trump administration as well, and
Many
under
more who-
Obama, and others. There
So
are people who have been living undocumented in this country for a long time.
That's right.
Who have had children, who have grandchildren.
And so I'm using Biden as an example now,
Sure.
but you're right. There have been periods in our history in the last 20 years where we've had ambiguous policy. I want to, however, lead the United States thinking about, similar to the national debt question, on the timescales of history, not on the timescales of tomorrow. And I think the only way we're going to be able to stand as a nation really committed to the rule of law is to behave in a manner that actually means it. So I will not.
The best way to do that is just to decrease like strict immigration rules so that there is a better free flow of people coming in and out, which will prevent the number of supposed illegal immigrants, which comes from expired visas. When there are strict immigration laws, it prevents these people from leaving the United States, which then artificially inflates the quote unquote illegal immigration numbers.
Not. And this is why I, respectfully interrupted you earlier to say
Yeah.
that I will never separate parents from children
No, you've been very
as a
clear about
deterrent.
that,
But we
of
would
course.
take the family unit and return them to their country of origin as respectfully and
But is
humanely
this
as
a cold
possible.
turkey rip? Like, is it?
It has to
people-
be. But I think that
Okay.
I think that we will provide a path back through legal meritocratic immigration for those who have demonstrated themselves to be law-abiding, contributing citizens of this country.
But to be clear, you're talking about people who only speak English, who have lived in the United States their entire lives, are now going back to Guatemala, Venezuela, to countries that they know nothing about.
So you are picking the exception rather than the norm in the hard case. But to be frank,
no, but there are
the answer
thousands
includes
of
yes.
these people in the United States.
So
Yeah, tons and tons of people who were born in the United States, only speak English, and never been outside of the United States are deported and sent to nations where they've never been. And some of these people end up dying in those nations because they can't get housing, a job, or anything of this such.
I think the right answer is we have to stand for the rule of law. We can't be a nation that says we have these laws, but we somehow turn the other direction to reward the people who broke the law while there are millions more waiting to come here legally through the front door who we say can't come. We can't abide that hypocrisy. And I don't think we can look our kids in the eye and tell them that you have to follow the law if the way our government itself refuses itself to follow the law.
Citizens.
Thanks for watching.
Well, before that, we're going to cut her off. Yeah, talking about those that are considered American citizens. Right-wingers don't care about people that are actually American citizens. According to the Constitution, anybody born on U.S. soil is an American. But because they're born to undocumented people, right-wingers want to claim that these people have no rights whatsoever and still want to deport them and violate their human rights.